Watch out!
Okay. There's gonna be some people that like scroll by this video and they don't even watch it. And then some of you right now are probably just expecting this like big soapbox like drama. You know, the person behind the screen. This guy's gonna just go up in front of everybody and say, guys, I'm behind the screen and I have feelings. So everyone needs to pity me right now. And no, miss me with that. This video is actually to admit some things, come clean about some things, and reveal things to you that you may or may not know or expect or like. I'm not actually sure. I think that a lot of things, if not everything I reveal in this video, I just have never said to anyone. Maybe a few people, but not many at all. So I hope you stay tuned. I'm hoping this open dialogue serves me well, because I know that some of you are genuinely at your computer, especially recently, like, what the fuck is wrong with this nigga? Throwing in jokes has always been something that's helped me with harder issues. And I don't know, I can't really put on a voice for this video. I can't. When I told my friend that, actually, he said, well, you might get some backlash because a lot of people, I think they might be at your channel for that over-the-top personality. This isn't one of those videos. If you don't want to hear any of the serious shit, I respect it. I'll see you tomorrow. But if you are here and you will watch this video, I'll be eternally grateful because this is pretty hard. Let's just get started. So I didn't have any idea that 2016 would literally be like the cornerstone of being black and gay. It's such a topical conversation now. And had I known, I swear, I would not have used it as a crutch. It's so relevant now. Like, everyone who's black or gay or both, we're pressured to just have all of these opinions.
Another black gay joke? I'm fucking out of here. Nothing's gonna change my mind.
I wish I was dead. No, wait, please.
Okay, my mind has changed.
It's not what you think. People think that I bring up these jokes because I'm insecure, and they think that because I've literally said it, which is fair. But no, the truth is it's actually more disgusting, actually more alarming, more probably not good. I don't know. But it starts with the election. So the first thing I'm gonna reveal is that I didn't vote. I just went in my car, drove around, brought my iPad, like parked, played Hearthstone, and went home. No one really asked questions, and I was kind of lucky that everyone just assumed that I voted Hillary, but I didn't vote. I panicked. Like I always do when it comes voting time. I panicked. You might be looking at me now like there's no excuse. Every content creator in the world shoved down everybody's throats that you had to vote. There's this huge movement. The Hillary campaign is getting everybody involved, and they're saying, vote. This is how easy it is to vote. A lot of your heroes did the same shit. Vote, vote, vote. And I don't know. I freaked out. Of course I was asked to make a video. A guy approached me not on behalf of the Hillary campaign, but then I got into contact with another woman who was a part of the Hillary campaign, and I was asked to make a video. And I just couldn't do it. It has nothing to do with integrity. It has nothing to do with I'm better than another person. I just didn't do it because I didn't know enough, because I was super ignorant. And whenever I would try to get educated, I feel like I would get the answers screamed at me, you know, like there was no safe way. And I had so many questions, and people would look at me like I was a complete idiot. And that's fine if I'm not knowledgeable, but these are no excuses. I know that some of you are very, very strict on voting. It's your duty as an American to vote. I'm not coming here saying that what I did was right or wrong. I'm just letting you know what I did not do, which is vote. But I'm not sorry I didn't vote. Things about this election just didn't add up. Everybody was making jokes about Trump becoming president. Now he actually has a fighting shot. I think it was the media that I was subject to, but I was so sure that Hillary was gonna win. Everybody was saying that it's gonna be a landslide. Trump stands no chance. And then he took that W. But actually for me, it's not about the millions of votes, it's how close it was. America is actually divided on this issue. There's no unanimous decision. Over 60 million Americans voted for Trump. And to me, I don't want to believe that there are 60 million racist people. I don't believe that these people are just blatantly racist, like literally going to the polls like, I hate niggers, Trump. No, I just don't believe it. I don't believe that a Trump supporter is just stupid. I believe that yes, while Mike Pence and or Trump may have done and said things that are racist, and Trump supporters, the argument is that because they are okay with racism, they themselves are racist. I'm not getting into any of that. But this is why I don't get into politics. I'm ignorant. I just can't talk to anybody about it because they just scream the answers at me. Even if I try to be rational, I genuinely feel like I just get shit on. Like, damn, nigga, like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know. That's why you're here. Like, shit. I'm just guilty for getting caught up in the mess. Making these memes and funny pictures that some of them did pretty well, but I just didn't really have an agenda. Like, it was just fun. But when that screen said Trump wins, I don't know what I was thinking. The whole time I genuinely didn't care. But then like, I acted like someone was gonna bust down my door and then take me to slavery. That was embedded in my head. That like, racist won and now I'm gonna lose my job and start singing slave tunes. Like I fed into it.
Does he know he has that annoying white shit on his face?
How fucking embarrassing. My feeble mind fed into it. I was addicted to the attention. I was addicted to the retweets. I posted up a picture and it got like 17,000 retweets. I'm an attention whore. I mean, fuck, everybody on this platform is. Everybody on this platform loves attention. Why do you think these niggas put periods in front of their ads? They want attention so bad that they're not even willing to type a sentence before it. No, they put a period before the ad. That's how quickly they want to access the attention that you get from your tweet being broadcasted on your main feed instead of just replying to someone. It's a way to garner likes and retweets, especially when you're debating someone or you want people to think that you're a person that maybe isn't as highlighted as you'd want it to be. But we all want attention. We all like it. That's our jobs, and we shouldn't be ashamed of it. And we shouldn't be demonizing others for it, but that's a different story. So after that happened, of course, my knee-jerk reaction, Mike Pence said he wants to electrocute gays. Trump hates blacks, so whatever it is, and I'm tweeting these things, and I'm getting really into it, and I'm getting really empowered, and then I realized, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm actually like that girl at a club that's like, I love this music, and then someone's like, oh really? Name 5 of this nigga's songs. Yeah, my dad owns the club. If anyone would have frauded me out, and I'm sure there are people that did it, but because they weren't verified, it doesn't like give me a notification. I got lucky. I can't even tell you any racist act that Trump did. I'm not saying that he has or hasn't. I just can't tell you because I don't know. I just wanted everyone to think that I was more than I am. But the truth is, this election just proved, like, what am I not seeing? What are we not seeing? We're on these platforms all the time. We see all these terrible things. And at first, it just seems obvious, but now I'm not so sure. We see all these terrible things about Donald Trump and Hillary, yet I really believe Hillary's gonna win. She got slaughtered. You'd really think that girls would just be like, you know what? Let's all band together. No, they let that bitch burn. Like, they just didn't care. I don't know when the Black Lives Matter movement started. I don't. But what I do know is that I was exposed to more of this, especially this year. And of course, I'm not claiming that it was any stronger or weaker this year. It's just I've heard about it the most this year. Maybe it's because I was paying attention more. Maybe it's on Twitter more. I don't know. But yeah. And it makes me just question everything that I thought was just truth. When the cop shoots an unarmed black man, and it's completely the cop's fault in every way. The election just made me think, is that really it? Is that it? Is that what happened? Is the world really that just horrible and racist? These stories are getting ridiculous. Like, white cop kicks down pregnant mother's door, shoots her and the black kid, and then says, I've never been more scared of anything in my life. And now when I express this to people, they say, yes, people really are that racist. And then I'm supposed to just nod my head and say, okay, yeah. But I don't like that. I want to know the whole story, but I am afraid I just can't. Being black, I can't. Because if I question the idea of racism and I speak up and just say, hey, Black committee, here's a thought. While yes, there is a lot of prevalent racism against African Americans, it could be, right, that not every death is racist. Right? But I'm not smart enough. I don't have enough knowledge. I don't have enough wisdom. But most importantly, and this is the next thing I'll admit, I just don't have enough care. I'm genuinely just not upset about racism and these deaths. And man, that just hurt. I really thought that I would have an easy time saying that. It's not easy. It's just the truth. It's the honest truth. Like, whenever these racist deaths happen, my initial thought has always been like, okay, but like, what else? So he just driving along and a cop shot him. I don't know. When things don't make sense to me, I want to figure out why. And if I don't, I get mad. That's just my juvenile brain. So childish, I know, but that's just me. I would tweet things out of obligation. Like, I genuinely felt like I was obligated to do these things. Like, I have a duty as an African American man to be outraged. Like, I have to be outraged. I have to be offended. I have to rise up. I don't know. I want to be that person, but I just feel like a waste of black skin. I'm proud of being black. I love it. I think the word nigga is hilarious. I don't know why. I think that it's really funny. And when I see white people use it, it makes me laugh. These things make me feel like a waste of black skin because every single time I see these deaths happen, the first thing I think of is I just don't feel like I'm getting the whole story. But I can't say that. I mean, like I said earlier, the reason why I joke about it so much, the reason why I'm always talking about black gay jokes and shit, the reason why I'm always peppering it in, throwing it in here is because if you actually knew how little I thought about it when it comes to myself, how little I actually intrinsically identify as those things, if you actually knew, it would be alarming. I really feel like I'd be hated. I feel like people would hate me. Absolutely. If they knew the extent of how little I think about it. But that's because I'm lucky. I grew up in California. I mean, like, fuck, I'm like a god here. Being gay in California, in LA, and Santa Monica, all I have to do is say that I'm a top. And I'm fucking 8 guys tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, it's not hard. It's a dick joke. I'm hilarious. I've never struggled being who I am. I've never felt oppression. I've never felt discrimination. And I know, yes, like I said, I'm lucky. And there are people that live in different parts of the world that wish they could be in the spot that I am in. They wish they wouldn't live in these situations. I don't know what to do. I can feel sorry for them and I can feel for them, but there is almost nothing. I feel like there's nothing that I can do. I mean, now it's out, but I'm just so scared that after this video, someone's gonna inform Tyler Oakley and, you know, he gonna rally up the gay community and I'm gonna be blocked on every gay app. Growler, Scruff, Grinder, Craigslist even gonna block me. Like, I'm just, you know, he's no longer one of us. And shit, like, this blackness thing, I already know D-Ray McKesson, he don't pay attention to my ass because he's the king of black gay. He's black gay, super smart, and gonna be mayor? Bruh, I'm the store brand version. I'm the one that, you know, you get at Super Save because you want a budget. But, like, the cereal's still good low-key, but only because it's $1. That's how I feel. Him and, like, Nathan Zed are gonna uninvite me to the black people barbecue that we have every year and is real and you don't know about. Most of you don't know about. I try to talk about these feelings with my friends sometimes. Most notably would be Grizzed. A lot of you know him from my videos. If you watch my content, you will know that he is someone that I care about a lot. But one thing that we just can't talk about are these issues. When there would be a death of a black person and he is zero tolerance for racism. I can't even yarn him. Yarn being like, you know, just like messing with him. Give yarn to a cat that thinks it's an enemy, but it's not. I sometimes try, but he doesn't play along. He just goes, please don't do that to me. And it's fair. Then I stop. But when we get nitty gritty, I ask, like, I just feel like there's more to it. And he gets pretty angry. And you know what? He has every right to, because I sound like a fucking insensitive jerk because I could just be wrong. And the risk of me being wrong may not be worth it, but I can't help but how I feel. And it makes him mad and it makes other people mad. I just want to assert that I feel like these lives that are being lost, like, I want there to be another side. I believe there's another side. I believe that something, and I'm not saying that these deaths aren't actually just innocent killings of these black people. I'm just saying that I believe that there's a possibility there could be two sides, but I can't. If I lost Grizz as a friend, I don't know what I would do. It's so hard being friends with someone that you're actually in love with. It's a struggle, and I've turned so many friends away that I ended up liking. And Grizz is the only one that I kept, and it's so hard. But I can tell you right now, I don't know what I would do without him. I had a little fuzz on my chin. Hopefully that's gone now. That's gonna suck if it was there the whole video. Damn. Wait, Neil, he got it! Oh. He wasn't the only one that was frustrated with this topic, and I don't blame him for being that way. And I'm sure that he won't be the last, but when I notice people's reactions to this, that's when I realized these thoughts aren't good. This isn't good. Sky, your head is wrong. You need to adjust this because you are nothing without these people. Like, you can't. You better start doing something because the way that you are right now is not accepted. That's how I feel, at least. But I'm tired of making statements that I don't believe in, so I'm just gonna remain quiet. I'm just not gonna say anything, and if I get demonized for this by the black community or by anyone, I'd rather you not like me or hate me for what I am and don't praise me for what I'm not. And it's not like I'm just closing my ears and saying, la 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 la, racism doesn't exist. I get that it does. I just can't believe the limited media that I'm exposed to anymore, and I don't want to. Because media is scary. People can just log on to the internet and lie. That will be the one thing that is nuts. I'll never get that. There's so much misinformation on the internet, but it's at our fingertips. And we as a society just want the easy, quick fix so we have something to say at the next party. And I just don't think that's okay. I don't think that's cool. I don't like the idea of all of these lies being spread. And I guess it's even scarier if it's just the truth, right? But my thoughts are really harmful and offensive when it comes to that. And honestly, I have a limited audience here. I know that there will be people that don't watch up to this point of the video that will still believe what they do believe, but I'm going to just try to remain quiet unless I know. Some things that I've heard about me has been absolutely nuts. It's well documented that I respond to criticism pretty well. Not all the time, I miss the mark, but there are a lot of times where I will take someone and I will talk to them and I will figure out why they feel a certain way about me so I can learn. Sometimes I have to endure a lot, and I definitely do not have the mental fortitude to do it all the time. This most recent one, this Zoe Burger video, is a good example of when I did not exercise patience, and I should have. This is actually perfect. The next thing that I will admit is a quick 180, and we will go back to the original storyline. A little bonus here. Contrary to popular belief, I am a woman's advocate nothing. All of you know that I made that female streamer video. 4 days after that, I made another video. That video was used as a platform for a lot of men to go into streams and call women whores. My relationship with female streamers that day is tarnished forever. A lot of girls that I thought not even got over it, they had every right to be upset, didn't have such hostile opinions. Still do. That's an L that I'll never live down, and that's something that'll probably never go away. But there's just so much misinformation. But the issue is that this misinformation is so close to the truth that, again, we're lazy. We just take it. I see people tweeting at me all the time. Sky, you're a hypocrite for doing a video with Zoe Burger. Sky, you hated Casey Tron. Now you like Zoe? Sky, you use clickbait. You're a hypocrite. Sky, Zoe's manipulating her audience. Aren't you against that? And I'm sitting here and I'm reading what might be the most ridiculous things I've ever read. And you all know I listen to everybody. I read everything, every single thing. If you think that I haven't read it, I have. If I act surprised, it's only because I don't want you to know how much I care about every single word that is said about me forever, and that will not change. And I don't want to change that about myself. So in a double whammy, things to reveal. 1, I don't care that much about the subject of women. And 2, I will never get over the idea that I just want everyone to like me. Now that's a really fucked up thing to say back and back, because on one hand, it sounds like I'm saying, yeah, fuck women. Please like me. No, that's not what's going on. Again, this just goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning. I just don't think about it ever. When I made that video with Zoe, I was not trying to make some female statement. I was not trying to do anything. She DM'd me. I would never do this under any circumstances. And Zoe, I'm sorry if this ruins anything for you, but I just want people to know that there wasn't any manipulation behind this. So I'm gonna share DMs between me and Zoe Burger, just so that you all are aware. Zoe hits me up on the 28th of November and says, "Are you based in LA?" I answer, yeah, and she says that it's her birthday in 7 hours. I said, "You're here and you're just in LA for whatever reason?" She's like, "Yeah, I'm right next to the airport." And I'm like, "What are you doing on your birthday?" Because it seems weird that someone that just got 1 million subscribers in 2 months would have no one to hang out with on her birthday. This seemed sus and just sad. What's sad is that it does and doesn't make sense. The fact that so many people just fucking hate her, and I'm not gonna argue whether or not your hatred for her is valid. I'm just saying this bitch had nowhere to go on her birthday. She wasn't lying. She asked if I had any plans, and I said, "Well, we have a pool. You trying to like party or some shit?" She jokes and she says, she doesn't want the weight of responsibility to crush her. We joke a little bit. I ask her who she's bringing. She says Cell. I don't know who the fuck Cell is. She says some girl I made out with in a video, and in my head I'm like, cool. I didn't watch that video. I told her I did. I didn't. I don't watch women do anything. So I'm literally just being like, oh yeah, cool, okay, random girl that you made out with, probably gonna make a funny little Snapchat video of 2 women doing whatever, because I know that's what my audience likes, and so I want to give you as much breast and ass as you can have without being just disgusting. But I know that is disgusting, but I want to help. Anyway, so I talk about skit ideas. There was one that I wanted to like date her like a silent movie, and then a minute in, I'm gonna say that I'm gold, and then she's getting banged by another guy who's diamond immediately in the next frame. Like, I say all these things, and I try to bait something out, because I'm wondering, do you really know nobody? So I'm like, you want to invite like H3, iDubbbz, what's it, Rice Gum? Like, I had thought that they had connect, but no, she just didn't know anybody. I said, yeah, I figured that you wanted to celebrate with people that you know. She was like, well, I have a manager. I'm like, this bitch is just the worst. Zoe, okay, it's your birthday. Come on over. We go over ideas. She doesn't know if she wants to sleep over. There's just nothing. She just came over. It was her birthday. We got drunk. We made a stupid video. There was no statement. It wasn't a political anything. It just was a video. And a lot of people didn't like it. I think it was hilarious. I loved the video. I had fun making it, and I thought it was great. I'm sorry if you didn't feel that way, and I don't know. I liked it. I was proud of it, and I'm not gonna apologize for that video because I really wanted that product. The way the video came out is exactly the way that I wanted it to. It missed the mark. Many of you didn't like it. Okay. That's fair. Some people say it was the best thing I've ever done, but of course everyone's quick to tell me it had the most dislikes in the world. That's okay. That's fine. It's an L. But I do want to set the record straight, briefly, because this is just a partition of my video. 1, my thumbnail isn't clickbait. It's the product. I want to break this apart for you. When you go fishing, you use a worm. The worm is used on the hook to get a fish. The fish sees the worm, gets it, and then, ooh, nigga, gotcha, bitch, because he gets gutted and now the fish is going to get eaten. Bait, by definition, is food used to entice fish or other animals as prey. This colloquial term is used in fighting games, in League of Legends, like, hey, bait her ultimate, bait May's ice wall, bait Roadhog's hook, bait that smash attack, bait this. Why? It is the act of putting something out. The other expects it and then gets punished because I tricked them, or whoever was doing the bait tricked them. That's not what I did. My thumbnail was a white bitch with big titties on a dinner plate and a made-up porn title because it was a sarcastic porn video. My title did not bait you into anything. My title was the product that I delivered to you. Clickbait happens when you are a YouTuber that just wants to use their girlfriend's tits on every fucking thumbnail. And sure, maybe for 2 seconds of your 25-minute video, we see some breasts, but no, that's clickbait. Getting people into a video where they are delivered a different product. That is not what I did. If you are enticed to watch the video because there are breasts, that's fine. Click on it. But if that isn't delivered to you, then it's bait. But it wasn't bait. It was a thumbnail that described my content. But it dances on the line, which is why so many people are quick to jump down mine and many other throats. The original premise of my female streamer debacle, and I will say it here and I've said it then, is I just don't like malevolent manipulation. And my mistake was putting gender to it. You remember that guy that was in a wheelchair for so long and got all that money, but that he actually could walk? He's just the literal scum of the earth. But there are people out there like him. There are women out there that do it too. My mistake again was putting gender on it. That's it. Some of you say, oh, you were mad at Casey. I was never mad at Casey Tron. Casey Tron knows what she is. I've known what she was almost since day one. She knows that she's an act. That's it. Once I realized my mistake of how I conveyed my message, I made a follow-up video, but I knew that nobody would really even watch it. They're just gonna use it as a platform. An L. Whatever. But let me make one thing clear. Some of you out there are being like, Sky, Zoe Berger is manipulating her audience. Actually, quick cut. I just don't fucking care. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I just don't, you might have some great reasons to like Zoe. Zoe might have eaten your cat and sucked off your dog. I don't know. I just don't care. White bitch, no friends, birthday, funny video, no agenda. I personally don't really believe that she's manipulating anything. She's giving you a product. She's saying, hey, here are my tits, nudes at 1 mil. And she gave you her nudes, right? Now, if she didn't give you her nudes, or she charged for them titties, if she was like, oh yeah, $100, email me and I'll give you nudes. Yes, that's a manipulation. You can call Zoe dumb. I have multiple times. Stupid, all the time. Anything you want, but I don't believe, especially how honest she is about just being so sexual, I don't believe that she's manipulating you any more than any content creator is manipulating you by showing you a game that you like in one of their thumbnails. That's just me. That's how I feel. I think the way that she differs from other women, in my opinion, is other women do the same things as her, but when you call them a booby streamer, they gonna turn around or it can be like, don't look at my chest. But then they'd be like, My limited view, my limited scope on women leads me to that conclusion. Many of you probably already clicked off the video, clicked dislike, and are sending me tweets. That's fine, but this just taught me that I just won't say anything about it. I don't pay enough attention to them. I just think that living as a woman is hard. I think that it sucks. I would never do it. I help women not because I think that I'm stronger or better, but because my life is fucking easy. So yeah, I'll take your fucking bags. I'll give you my seat because shit, you're gonna have to leave the train and wonder if you're gonna get raped. I have to leave the train and wonder if I'm gonna be able to listen to my song 2 times before I go into my fucking car. And maybe if I should go to Jack in a Box or stay on my diet. I'm thinking about that. And you're thinking about more serious shit. So yeah, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be sugary sweet. That's how I feel. And there's no way I'm gonna apologize for that. Well, moving on from that tangent, don't worry, there's a few things, there's a few more things. It's gonna be a very long video, holy shit. So this one that I'm about to reveal is actually pretty nuts. I am a functional psychopath. Borderline, right on that edge, but I'm there, and I've been that way since I was 15 years old. So he's a psycho now.
Black, gay, and a psycho.
I hope he's not gonna use that as a crutch now. Jinx! Whoa! Double jinx! Whoa! Triple jinx! Nah, but it's some serious shit. Took some tests then and recently. I'm on the edge, just right. You all have heard me say this a lot recently. It's been more of a topical conversation, but yes, it does stem to the day that I was raped when I was 15. But here's the thing, it was more than that, right? There's a lot of things, you know, everybody has that normal, like the divorce, you know, everybody's parent gets divorced, you bullied, you gain weight, you know, all this stuff. But the rape was definitely the defining moment that my mom noticed a distinct psychological change, and I had to go to therapy for that. And the crazy thing is, I remember every second of it, every single second. And I don't get triggered by the word. When people make jokes about it, even in my own house, they make jokes about it to me. I don't get upset. I don't get offended. I'm not like crying about it. I don't get triggered. I don't get anxiety attacks from hearing about it or even talking about it. For those of you that don't know, being a psychopath, obviously now you think I'm a murderer. No, there's a bunch of traits, and they tell you, okay, well, you're like this and you're like this. Now, obviously being a functional psychopath just means that you have these traits, but you're not going to kill anyone. Being a non-functional psychopath is you're just going to have to go to the insane asylum. But what was interesting about my test results when I took the test, the behavioral test, is that I actually did not have a lot of psychopathic traits. And there are a lot of traits, just there's a lot, but I didn't have that many. But the ones that I did have, I had in excess. One of them is definitely because that night I felt like there was literally no good in the world. When my mom and my sister came over for Thanksgiving, after being irritated with my sister's behavior, I turned around and I screamed to her. Shit, I'm not getting emotional because I already knew I was gonna have to say this. I told my sister, after being frustrated with some of her behavior, among other things I yelled, when mom dies, though I promised her I would reach out and kindle a relationship with you and our brother, it was a complete lie. I planned on just never talking to them again. They were just dead to me. I harbor a lot of hatred, and I've been getting so good at letting go of grudges, but I've never seen my mom scared of me before. Moms are supposed to be mad, sad, happy for your success, disappointed when you do something wrong, but fear? I scared both of them. I mean, anybody would. Which brings me to my next point, is the other trait that I have when I took my test is that I don't really have a lot of empathy. I learn everything that I do, from talking to you here to making jokes. All of it is learned, because after that day, everyone knew that I had gotten raped. My brother had described it to other people as a midnight guest or something, and everyone, it was gossip. Everyone thought it was so funny to just make fun of the fact that I was closeted gay and that I was raped and I deserved it. And all of these voices, I harbored a lot of hatred for a lot of things, but I wasn't one of those scene kids that would post on MySpace like, I hate my family and my mom and my dad. I wish I could just run away. No, I just didn't talk. Hard to believe, right? Yeah, I didn't say anything almost all of high school. Like, yeah, I'd try to socialize. Everything I said was cringy and awful, but I would try to socialize. But I'd mostly watch just like interactions and stuff, and I would learn, because that night I was robbed of me. Greg was gone. After that rape, Greg was gone. Nothing good. I got raped. Everyone made fun of it. Nobody in my entire extended family wanted me to be gay. My pretentious uncles just made jokes about it, really belittled me when I was going through hard things, and my stepdad is the absolute just fucking Satan, but no, I'm the one that was wrong. It was my fault. I harbored a lot of anger, and I still have it. I'm working on it, and I'm getting a lot better. But that, my empathy just left me. It's hard for me to feel guilt. Some of my friends would be like, growing up was tough. It's just, my mama gave me $4,000 every Christmas, but when I was 13, she only gave me $3,000. And I was so fucking mad, I took my brand new Mercedes and drove it to my fucking estate in Aspen. And I was like, ooh, to my maid who was preparing my favorite meal. I'm not saying I had it awful. I'm just expressing myself. I just genuinely feel like I died then. I died right then. And Sky Williams was the person that I made at these tournaments. He was the only thing that was living. I feel like that night I just died. It's all gone. So now I study comedians all the time. I'm literally just on the internet all the time, looking at comedy. I have notes on notes and notes. It's so exciting. I love talking about comedy. I could talk about comedy forever. I could talk about how Seth MacFarlane really pushed the limits of comedy by not even ending all of his jokes in threes, but in later seasons of Family Guy really started to milk the fours and fives, which is rare, because low-hanging fruit jokes always does the joke on the third. The punchline is always the third. And I love talking about that because that's my life now. Entertainment. That's all I want to do. I had to focus on something because everything else was killed, right? Like I just had to focus on anything at all. And this was it. So when I say that I'm ugly or I can be better, I'm not throwing a pity party, okay? I take off my glasses for 2 fucking videos and everyone's like, Sky, you look like you need some sleep. This is a scar from my brother throwing shit in my eye when I was 3. Pretty much. I actually have a text message where someone's like, damn, Sky, you don't look so good. Like, is everything? Nigga, this is my face. I am not tired. I'm not uninspired. This is just me, okay? Yes, there might be people out there that don't think that I'm ugly, okay? But I am just looking at the scope. You put my face next to Chris Evans and you're looking at some weird before and after thing, okay? I'm just saying, I know me and I'm not sad about it. I'm not sulking about it. I'm just telling you, I am improving every day. I'm getting wiser. Of course, it kills me when I see people just zoom past me as subscribers, but I know that everything that I have right now, for better or for worse, is a product of things that I've done. That's why I don't like being called talented, because I am not talented. None of this was innate. I worked hard, 8 to 12 hours a day. I've memorized over 100 stand-up comedians routines, which I would practice in the shower with a scheduled laugh track on my iPod, and I would take structures of jokes and use them on people. Yes, I plagiarized some jokes, but I would immediately tell them after where it was from. I just wanted to practice my delivery. I did all of this for years, and some people are just better than me, and they always will be, but that's not gonna stop me from trying. Ever. It's just gonna inspire me. That's why I don't feel jealous. Ever. I just want to work and I want to get there, and I think that I can. Moving on. This might come as a shock, maybe, but I wish that I wasn't gay. I wish that I wasn't gay because I believe that my gayness is wasted on me. Much like I think that I'm a waste of black skin, I think that I'm just a waste of a gay. Like, honestly, I'm not even into that much shit. You download these gay apps and like there's people into a lot. Like all these letters mean different things, and like it's all these individual kinky shit with like feet and fingernails and armpit, and I just want to fuck. It's just normal vanilla. If you're overweight and hairy and older than like 24, you're probably right there. That's it. Perfect. After hearing that Mike Pence wants to just electrocute gays, I did a little bit of research. Now, of course, this research is just as credible as the quotes that I've seen about him saying he wants to electrocute gays, but I've been seeing that he said that he supported people that want to change their behavior, which is much different. Tyler Oakley, in what I think might be a slippery slope fallacy, I just think it's an odd dot to connect, says he supports changing sexual behavior. And it's been known historically that electrotherapy has been used to convert sexuality. Therefore, ergo, Mike Pence supports electrotherapy, like, treatment. I don't think that it's baseless. I think the logic is there. And I think that's all fair and good. And I don't really think that Tyler Oakley is wrong, but people have done dumb shit for less. That's why Vegas exists. Get drunk and waste all your money, or win it big. Talk to a psychic and figure out who you're fucking gonna live with. There's a psychic in San Francisco that said I'm gonna have a wife and 5 kids. Psych. The fuck I look like having kids. So if Mike Pence wants to support an institution where men can go and get zapped or whatever to try to be straight, it ain't gonna work. They just gonna come out hating themselves. Changing your sexuality, you just don't do that. It's like playing World of Warcraft and picking your race and then realizing, oh, I wanna be something different. Well, you can't. You gotta just re-fucking roll, but we only get one life, so you're fucking locked in here. I don't think the institutions, if they're all by choice and parents can't force their kids to go, I don't really care. Let people be fucking stupid. I don't care. Whatever. Let the gay man get zapped or change his behavior and then go and try to get hard, and try to fuck a girl to get some wife and kids because he's running away from his problems. But we all know this nigga is thinking about boning Mountain from Game of Thrones. Go ahead. I ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna change me. Shit, I might be into that shit. Who knows? But people have approached me about it like, damn, Sky, like Mike Pence is gonna come and take away gay marriage and all gay rights are gonna go away. In fact, I hear, and then he, but wait till he, and Trump said, and I'm sitting here like, man, like, I'm gonna cross that bridge. I'm gonna react when I see it. I'm sick of all these words. I'm sick of all that shit. I wanna just see it. I want these things to happen before I get emotionally invested. And then people tell me, oh, you should be furious. You should be so mad. You should be angry. You know what I'm angry at? I'm angry that people keep fucking telling me how I'm supposed to feel. You don't get to decide how I feel. You don't get to pick what I think is important. You don't. So stop. The things that I care about and the things that I don't care about is really none of your business. It's none of anyone's business. If I choose to share it, then I do. But don't demonize me. Don't demonize me for not getting up on a soapbox every fucking time. You can demonize me for being fake, because that's what I've been doing. I've been literally getting on soapboxes for the wrong reasons. But I'm just saying, from now on, as I try to just, get out of that, I'm not gonna feel bad if I don't feel a certain way. And shit, once again, if that makes me shitty, then I'm shitty. What I feel is what I feel. And one day, honestly, I think that I'll be strong enough to let it be just that. But growing up in California, I had a mom who loved me even though she wasn't cool with the gay thing. She wasn't. In Guyana, you're not supposed to be gay. You're called anti-man or batiman. Anti-man. You're not a man. You can't defend your family because you're gay. You a pansy. You a fucking, you a faggot. You a sissy. You all these things. It's how my mom was raised. I don't blame her at all. She did everything she could to make sure that I was happy. Everything. She is the greatest woman alive to me forever. Forever. She can do no wrong in my eyes. I don't blame her a single second for anything that's happened to me or any of how I feel. I never would do that, because I just love her too much. In that environment with a mom like that, I never felt oppressed. I never was discriminated against when I walked outside. Maybe microaggressions, but I didn't. I just shrugged them off, put my headphones in, put my Audible medication in. My only friend in high school was music. And that friend is broken. Oh my God, music is busted. And I wasn't impacted. I know there are people in the world that are. There are people that are not as fortunate as me. And I can feel sorry for them. I can feel for them. But what I won't do is I won't sit here and tell you that I feel disadvantaged or I feel like it's some uphill battle. I don't. I feel like I actually have some social advantages on this YouTube platform being who I am. Some things I care about, but it's mostly just things that don't make sense. Like, sometimes I laugh at what people decide to get mad about. We've dead ass got iDubbbz just saying nigger and he's a rapist. And then we have Filthy Frank. Of course, I've loved both content creators. We got Filthy Frank, from deep, him and Maximo Fo vomiting into food and calling it vomit cake. And that's chill. I think it's funny. But a fake titty bitch, is this where we draw the line of a moral compass? I'll stop. You're right. I know there's one more thing I have to reveal, but before I get to it, just really quickly want to wrap this up and say, in conclusion, my blackness, my gayness, my political affiliations, all of these things, they're not crutches. I felt like if I didn't represent the extremes of each thing that are me, people would just hate me. They wouldn't see me as any role model. That I'd be doing bad for the community. I'd be doing and seeing bad things. So I made it in an excess. And I guess that was the mistake that I made. And the reason is because the final thing that I will reveal, and of course all of you know this and you knew it was coming. Like I said earlier, I genuinely want everyone to like me. It matters so much. I'm so sick of this culture where people that say negative things are just haters, and I honestly just don't like being enabled. I made a post on my subreddit, and on this subreddit, everyone's saying we love you, don't get the haters, don't let the haters get to you. And there were some critical comments, but a lot of them was don't let the haters get to you. And I don't like the word haters. I don't believe it's fair to disregard a negative criticism as just a hater. I think that's just a cop-out, and it's so counterproductive to growth. You don't want to disregard people as just people that hate you. And I'm not perfect, but like I said earlier, it's documented. I take haters and I try to learn. I try my best to understand. I do. Positive and negative comments, they impact me. But the greatest feeling I've ever felt is the last time I did stand up and I said a joke and everyone laughed and I had an applause break. I've dreamed of that. And it's happened a few times when I did do stand-up actively. I was pretty good. Of course, the worst feeling is when you bomb on a joke. And I've only bombed on one joke, but it was so inappropriate, I deserved it. So when I see positive comments, when I see subgrowth, when I see engagements, when I see the number of likes, the number of retweets, the number of comments, it's addicting. I love interacting. I love seeing you interact. I love seeing you like what I put out. I love it. Love it. It's I love it. It's okay, wait. It's addicting. See, here's the thing. Because I made the mistake of playing it out so much, I'm no longer allowed these other subtle nuances. I'm not allowed to mess up. I'm not allowed to slip one in there because it's already been so much. Man. Fuck. Last thing. If you made it this far, I can't believe it. Go outside. Don't do this. I want you to watch my stuff, but can't even describe how much I appreciate this. I'm terrified. I don't know if this is gonna go over well or if this is gonna be shitty. I have no fucking clue. I hope it does well. But the last thing I will say is, one thing my parents have always credited me for is when I say something is going to happen, it happens. I'll find a way. I'll fight and I'll find a way. So I will never stop doing this. Entertainment. I'll never stop. Until I die, until I'm ripped from this earth by mortal binding, I will never stop. I'm not gonna close my channel. I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna probably not even take a break. I'm just gonna keep making content. I'm gonna keep fucking up and I'm gonna keep learning. I'm gonna keep learning about interactions, what is and isn't working, what is good and bad, because seeing some of my YouTube peers do so well on their videos makes me realize I'm not even scratching the surface of what I can achieve. Donkey is my best friend, and while I love him to death, it's been one of the biggest curses as I just get shit on into oblivion for riding his coattails. But if I don't make videos with him, or I don't play with him, or what, he thinks that I don't like him, and it's so cute and sad. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. What I will say is he inspires me every day to be better, and I want to be a stronger YouTuber so that if anyone fucks with him, I could be there. That's all I want. More than anything, I won't stop. And when I say that's all I want, I mean I want to be an A-class entertainer, not even S. I just want to be A. I want to be good. I want to be good. I want to be damn good. I want people to literally, they don't have to like me or hate me, but I want to be an objectively good comedian, and I'm going to work and I'm going to do it. It's going to happen, or I'm going to fall short because I'm dead. That's it. I'll never stop trying. After this video, like me or hate me, whatever it is, and of course there's a bunch of in between, I'm not going anywhere, and I'll never be satisfied. I'll never be content. And you know what? I'm not going to change that. I like it. I like who I am. If 2016 has taught us anything, is that life is very, very short. People can just come out the woodwork and just die. People have died for less. So you might as well just get it all out and be you and be 100% of who you can be as soon as possible. If you're gay, if you're trans, if you're feeling any type of way, if you have anything in your heart you need to get out, you better get it out quick because you have no idea. Zero idea what's going to happen, and we're wasting so much damn time on the details. Well, these are my details. So you make your choice. You're gonna subscribe, you're gonna unsub, you're gonna ignore this, you're gonna do whatever you do. That's up to you now. You have the full truth, you have the full story. You know exactly who I am to the core of me, nothing hidden. I think I can earn your sub. I think that it's worth staying. You do whatever you want though. I'll be right here trying to make the perfect content. My legal name is Sky. When I was 15, I really feel like the person that Greg was died. And everything that you just heard in this video is who Sky is. It's nice to meet you. And I'll see you tomorrow.